Gary, you were made to certainly work hard for it at the end, but it's another important 3 points.
Yeah, I've just apologised to Dean as he's gone into the press room, and they certainly should have got something out of the game today. I think we rode our luck, but to go 1-0 up, which was a really good goal, we just felt we needed to be braver today. I feel like I've adjusted the team too much away from home to counteract what the opposition do, and perhaps not focus on what our strengths are. So we went with 2 strikers. I tried to play Clayton a little bit higher, just so he's paced behind and Dukey could occupy 1 or 2 players. And I felt they changed their formation accordingly. They started with a back 3 to cope with our 2, I think. Scored the first goal, good ball from Michael, put Clayton behind. Little touch, keeper brings him down and he finishes a penalty. So we go 1-0 up. Whether we deserve it or not at that point, it doesn't really matter. Huffed and puffed a bit first half. I thought we got in some pretty good positions, but then we just didn't use the ball well enough. We countered them well, didn't use it well enough. They moved the ball around, little pockets in front of our back 4 and the wing backs, and caused us some problems, and we had to defend, we had to make saves, we had to make blocks. But that's part of the game, that's part of the game we know we do very well. You don't want to see us have to do it all the time to get a result, but if we have to, we have to. And it's an away game that you'd expect to defend for periods, particularly against a good passing side like Brentford. So I think after that, then going 2-0 up and change the formation first half as well to 4-3-3, 4-5-1, whichever one you call it, put Clates out on the left. We got to grips with it a little bit more second half, and having scored the second goal, set piece, good ball in, great touch from Clayton, I thought was excellent today, and Shots comes in and finishes it off to make it 2-0. So then we wanted some more composure, so I put the players on to give us a little bit more composure, and at times we looked like we were either going to score another through a counter or concede probably another couple through the pressure they put us under, and we couldn't quite find the right balance. So very disappointed with the goal. And I think the goal, changed the last 10 minutes. Although we were under pressure, we looked okay. We looked as though we were going to get through it. And that goal obviously gives you a real edgy last period of the game, which is a poor goal from our point of view as well, I think. Shots fought, Thomas was coming. Thomas started coming, stopped, and Hogan ends up getting in between them. So, but we saw it out. We were very fortunate today. We know we've got to play a lot better. We know we've got to play with a lot more composure. But it's an away win, and we've found those hard to get, so I'm not going to complain too much how we got it.
In the last couple of weeks, it's been a case of fine margins, really. The games could have gone either way, but you must be pleased that you're finding ways not only to take points, but to take wins as well.
Yeah, well, that's what we found we're quite good at, we've found, and that's why sometimes there's no point me coming to Brentford and trying to pass Brentford off the park, so I don't think that suits us. I don't think that's the type of team we are. So we've got to come here, we've got to defend, and we've got to hurt them on the break, and we've got to hurt them in the areas that we need to do that. And we didn't show enough quality to hurt them properly, but we showed a lot of resilience, and we showed a real aptitude to want to defend as a team, and we had to, because we defended for a lot of the game. But like you say, get away with the 3 points, however we got them. We've had to work very, very hard to earn it. We're in 4th. We know we need to play better. We know we've got a lot of work to do, but I'm not overly disappointed.
You spoke at your pre-match press conference about the conundrum at right back with Jonathan Spector being suspended. How pleased were you with the contribution of Josh Stakers-Cogley?
Very pleased. In truth, I knew I would play Cogs as soon as I didn't play him against Forest, really. When I took Shots out of that position and played him right back, I just felt as though I'd upset the balance somewhat, regardless of how the likes of Robbo did great when he came in, but just felt he upset the balance, and I thought Cogs has performed really well today. And for a 20-year-old to play with that sort of composure, and at times have 2 players down his side, and obviously playing against a difficult formation sometimes for a full-back, because you haven't, when teams play wing-backs, you haven't really got an immediate marker to go and defend against, so it's all about your position and it's all about reading the game. And I thought he acquitted himself really, really well. We've ended up with Brownie on the pitch, 20 years old. We've ended up with Cogs on the pitch, 20 years old, and Shea, I think, 21. So we've ended up with a fairly young side. We managed to win the game.
Up to 4th now. Is it now about not only cementing that place, but perhaps putting pressure on teams above rather than underneath you?
Yeah, well, we're at home next week, so we've been good at home. I think that it's up to us to put a better performance in overall on the ball and play with the same toughness. And you've got to keep winning games. We know what this division's like. We know this division is not that much difference from the bottom to the top. I mean, you saw, I think, Blackburn beat Newcastle away from home today. So any team can beat anyone, and that's why you've got to be tough and you've got to be consistent, and you have to keep going and winning games you probably don't deserve to win, and that's how you stay in and around it. It's a big challenge for us, but we're certainly trying our best to rise to that challenge. For the fans, by the way, were brilliant. I don't know why I'm looking around because they've gone, but they were brilliant today. They really got behind us. I know it's a compact stadium. They certainly filled the end and gave us a lot of support. With, again, for them, it's a tough game sometimes, but I hope they appreciate the fact that we'll give it everything we've got. Again, I've said sometimes our performance might lack a touch of quality, but it certainly won't lack any desire and toughness and want to get 3 points.